This is an India Today special broadcast that comes to you from the historic city Amritsar. We are on the Heritage Walk. This is right next to the Harmandir Sahib, the Golden Temple. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Afghanistan's President Ashraf Ghani, they're expected here shortly. But what we also now know is Sartaj Aziz, advisor to Pakistan's Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif on foreign affairs, has taken off from Pakistan. He is likely to land at Amritsar in about an hour from now. He is likely to land anytime between 7:45 and 8 p.m. That's the latest we are getting to you. He's advanced his visit to India by several hours, by almost a day, because of fog is what we are actually being told. But is there another reason? Because Government of India has so far maintained there are no India-Pakistan bilateral talks on the sidelines of Heart of Asia Summit. I want to quickly cut across to India Today's Smita Sharma, who joins me from Amritsar. Smita, can there be a bilateral? Is it just fog that he's advanced his visit by a day?
Gaurav, of course, fog is being cited as the primary reason, but we also do understand that Pakistan at the moment would like for a window of opportunity to restart the dialogue process in some way. There have been those indications. Remember, also the Pakistani High Commissioner to India, Abdul Basit, who spoke in fact to India Today exclusively just a few days back, underlining the fact that Islamabad wants talks, but India, of course, reiterating that it's not going to be the new normal where India initiates, of course, the talks and there is terrorism or terror acts that follows. But when it comes to India and Pakistan, you know that there can be a surprise any moment once Sartaj Aziz lands, because Narendra Modi, of course, is going to escort Ashraf Ghani to take a walk around Golden Temple, and then there is the dinner at the Heritage Village later tonight where all the foreign ministers will be present of the 14 participating nations at the Heart of Asia. Will there be a surprise pull aside? Indian government not in a mood at the moment, but perhaps there might just be that last minute surprise of at least a possible separate handshake as well.
Okay. Okay, Pakistan very desperate, doesn't want to seem to be desperate, but Pakistan globally isolated on terror. India and Afghanistan have both made it very clear that this entire region wants to move forward, wants to have economic development, but Pakistan is that big roadblock. Pakistan-sponsored terror is that roadblock. Now, what is extremely significant is that this broadcast comes from Amritsar, and why is that significant? Because Amritsar was a very important staging point along the Grand Trunk Road, all the way from Bengal to Afghanistan, and Amritsar was very, very crucial en route to Peshawar, en route to Lahore, but no longer now. Why? Because Pakistan is that stumbling block. Can that stumbling block be removed? Will Pakistan stop sponsoring terror? Will Pakistan join the international community and take Afghanistan and this entire region forward? Remains that big question. But will Pakistan be on board, or will Pakistan terror hold Pakistan and this region back? I want to quickly bring in Major General G.D. Bakshi on the broadcast. I also want to bring in Group Captain Sultan Hali, a strategic affairs analyst who joins us from Pakistan. General Bakshi, to you first. Heart of Asia, you know Afghanistan well. Afghanistan says there is something very important that will come out of this conference: economic development of Afghanistan, at the same time not letting Pakistan hold us back. Is that possible, General Bakshi?
You know, the Heart of Asia conference is a multilateral conference. It is no bilateral one-on-one meeting. So it was getting difficult to exclude Pakistan. But I personally thought that given the proximity of the Nagrota strike, a message possibly had to be sent to Pakistan that, you know, it is not behaving like a civilized state. It may not deserve the right to sit in a committee of civilized nations and hold dialogues, because it has shown itself as incapable of civilized behavior, incapable of, respecting certain norms that nations
Captain
owe to
Hali,
each other.
your
The fact
country
of the matter
clearly
is,
doesn't have a
this
right to sit
nation
with
has
civilized
become a
nations
pain
because
for
of
each and every one of
Pakistan-sponsored
its
terror,
neighbors.
whether it's Nagrota, whether it's terror in Afghanistan. Group Captain Hali.
Well, I'm afraid I can agree with the general that Pakistan does not deserve to sit anywhere, because this is a value judgment which you are passing without an iota of evidence. Nagrota, why should Pakistan be sponsoring Nagrota? The day when the army chief's command was being changed, I don't think we were responsible for it. So please don't, cast aspersions without any evidence.
26/11 Mumbai terror attacks, the attack on Red Fort in Delhi, the attack in Jaipur, the attack that has taken place in Bengaluru. There are so many attacks where Pakistan is directly involved, and it's not just India. Look at Afghanistan, terror attacks that take place in Afghanistan. Afghanistan blames Pakistan. How long will you say I'm not responsible? Your country's hands are red with blood of innocent people, whether in Afghanistan or India. Group Captain Hali, let's stick to facts on this broadcast, please.
Yes, let's stick to facts. The only thing that is red is the blood of the innocent Pakistanis, which both India and your agents from Afghanistan are launching in Pakistan, and then you are trying to blame Pakistan for it. Please, if you want to stay close to facts, the facts are that India is sponsoring terrorism in Balochistan, India is sponsoring terrorism in Pakistan, in the northern areas through Afghanistan.
What kind of conversation
and then you
is that?
continue
I am
to blame
appalled.
Pakistan.
I am appalled you would say that. General Bakshi, when educated people like Group Captain Hali speak in this voice, can we even expect any peace? Can we expect any forward movement with Pakistan when educated people like Group Captain Hali speak a terrorist voice?
Gaurav, I am extremely pessimistic watching this mindset. You know, he says on the day the command was being changed, the baton was passed from General Rahil Sharif to General Bajwa, the strike took place. Now, I would like him to tell us whether it was a signal, a parting shot from Rahil Sharif, or a sample of things to come from the new General Bajwa. The fact of the matter is, it has the JEM imprint all over that particular strike, and the fact that they coincided it, with this conference was to stymie any chance whatsoever of peace. The fact is, Group Captain, your nation has become a persistent pain, not only for India, but for Afghanistan, Iran, the people of Bangladesh. Have you reflected on why the home ministers of Bangladesh refused to come, why Afghanistan refused to join the SAARC conference, why Sri Lanka and Nepal refused to join the SAARC conference? You have made yourself a persistent problem for the region.
Respond to that, Group Captain Hali.
To be your neighbor.
Respond to that, Group Captain Hali. Generally, you've made an important point. Group Captain Hali, respond to that.
Foreign ministers of Bangladesh, of Afghanistan, of Sri Lanka, of Bhutan, and so many others, they refuse to come because of the bullying by India, because you want to isolate us, and you played your cards, you think very well. But let me tell you, you want to isolate Pakistan. Unfortunately, now the tables have been turned, and it is India which is being isolated. You tried to, cast aspersions on Pakistan in the BRICS conference at Goa, but you failed miserably. You tried to make sure that the China-Pakistan economic corridor is a failure, but your biggest ally is Russia.
Sir, you failed to understand. Sir, for your own sake. Sir, for your own sake. Please understand, for your own sake.
So India, you are the one who's machinations are
for your
failing,
own sake, Group Captain Hali, if your children are dying in Peshawar, wake up. If your children are dying in Peshawar, please wake up. Your children are dying in Army Public School in Peshawar, wake up. Where is this terror coming from? Why is it that you are taking no action against the Afghan Taliban, against the Haqqani network, against Lashkar-e-Taiba, against Jaish-e-Mohammed? Why is it that you're not taking action? Why is it that terrorist groups world over find safe haven in Pakistan? You should reflect. You should reflect for your children's sake. What will this fake ego get you? It will get you nothing. It will get you killed, sir.
Sir, all the killing that is being done by India. We have taken action across the board. The Operation Zarb-e-Azad was across the board. We did not make any decisions, any differentiation between good Taliban or bad Taliban. But let me tell you for certainty, because we have ample evidence that your people,
you took no action against Haqqani network. Why did the United States? I am sorry. Why did the United States refuse to sell you the F-16s? US refused to sell you F-16s. Osama bin Laden was killed in Abbottabad. But that, you know, I want to move forward. I want to move forward. You know.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Maybe you can, but can you stop terror? Can you stop terror? And General G.D. Bakshi, that's the important aspect, that this entire region, they meet in Amritsar. There's a very important conference that's on in Amritsar, and unfortunately, Pakistan is the stumbling block. Amritsar can get so much money from the Grand Trunk route. Economic development of this region can take place. Only one country is holding all of it back, and that country is Pakistan. General G.D. Bakshi, what's the way forward? General G.D. Bakshi, what's the way forward?
You know, I would like to ask the group captain. His country has recognized the Afghan government in Kabul, and yet they are fully engaged in destabilizing and overthrowing that very government and reimposing the Taliban. The Haqqani network has killed about 3,000 American soldiers, apart from the attacks it has launched on the Indian embassies and consulates in Afghanistan. Direct assaults, because the embassy is supposed to be sovereign territory. It has made the lives of the Afghans miserable. Thousands and thousands of Afghans have been killed, and millions have been pushed out as refugees into Pakistan and Iran. And you know, the entire misery can be traced back to the policies of the government in Pakistan, the government in Islamabad. Please ask the Afghans. Please ask the Afghan president what he thinks of you. I mean, don't go by what we are saying, group captain, because you and we are cursed to be adversarial in our relations from the point we were born. But look at what the people of Afghanistan are saying. Look at what the government of Afghanistan are saying. I mean, that I think should give you an objective reality check. Where do you stand vis-a-vis your neighbors? Why does Bangladesh want to not come for a conference in Islamabad? Why does Bangladesh accuse you of a hand in the killing of its people? I mean, look at what the people of Iran are saying.
It's a very pertinent point, General.
There is cause
you raised a very pertinent point, General, and that is why I want to play out. Here in Amritsar, I've interviewed Ambassador Shahida Abdali. He's Afghanistan's ambassador to India, and Afghanistan and India are co-chairs when it comes to this Heart of Asia conference. Listen in, and Group Captain Hali, very important, listen in to what Ambassador Abdali is saying about Pakistan and terror in this entire region. Take a look.
For peace and stability in Afghanistan and for peace and stability in India, there is a common threat which emanates from our neighbor, Pakistan. So what can India and Afghanistan do together? What can Asian powers do together to counter Pakistan-sponsored terror?
There is no doubt about the infliction of terrorism vis-a-vis India and Afghanistan compared to other more. But I must tell you that this is not only about India and Afghanistan. Yes, today we are affected more, but it is about the entire region. And therefore, Afghanistan has proposed a counter-terrorism strategy at the regional level. And that was discussed today at great length. And a very logical conclusion that this draft that Afghanistan has prepared needs to be looked at by our security experts. So in the very near future, our security experts of the Heart of Asia member countries, particularly of the counter-terrorism CBM countries, will be discussing the draft Afghanistan has prepared, which discusses the counter-terrorism strategy by the region to deal with the problem that the whole region is facing, not only Afghanistan and India.
But will Pakistan be part of such an initiative? Because you and we, Afghanistan and India, and practically the entire world is a victim of Pakistan-sponsored terror. And if Pakistan sits on the same table to discuss counter-terrorism mechanism, Pakistan is actually being the judge, jury and executioner in a case where it is also the accused.
There is no other option but to be on the same table. As I indicated earlier, it is about the survival of everyone in this region. Therefore, for the sake of everyone, including Pakistan, we must come to the same table, and you must be on consensus that fighting terrorism is for the sake of everyone, including Pakistan. So we hope that this realization is there, that at the end of the day, everyone was going to be suffering in the same way if today we make those stumbling blocks in front of the strategy and the common vision that we have for everyone to benefit from.
The ball clearly in Pakistan's court. Does Pakistan want to be the only stumbling block when it comes to development of this entire region? We will continue to talk about that.